Okay, good morning to all of you. I welcomes to all in our lecture series on optics. That is your core paper 4, belongs to second semester BSc syllabus. And we are discussing unit 2, your wave motion. Okay, and in our last class we have been discussed these things. Okay, and also we discussed that the functions yxt involve x and t which give mathematical description of wave poles are called wave function. Up to this much we have been discussed. In our today class we are going to discuss about equation of a plane progressive harmonic wave. Okay, so let's start. So before we have to start, you just watch this dynamics. What is happening here? The particles are oscillating up, down, up, down, like this. The particles, each and every particles are not transmitting, they are not moving, they are only oscillating about their mean position. Okay, but one disturbance is moved towards positive x-axis direction, let with the velocity v. Okay, now you watch this point, the point which is at origin. Okay, and the point which is at p. Here this is your p. Okay, mistakenly I done this one. This point is p, this point. So you just watch both the point, this one, the point which is at o origin, and the point which is at p, or the particle which is oscillating at point o, or you can say the o particle is oscillates at origin, p particle, the red color one, red one, is oscillating at point p. Okay, you just watch that this p particle is going to be start oscillates after oscillation of this particle which is at o. That means this o particle will be start oscillate first, then other particles is going to be oscillate then after. That means here this o particle oscillates means nearby particle starts to oscillates like that. So here o particle if oscillates at time t equal to suppose 0, after some times t, this p particle is starts to oscillate. Okay, this things is happening in this dynamics. And here you can see that wavelength from this crest to crest, the wavelength is represented by lambda, and we are going to be find out what will be the displacement along y-axis at the point p. Okay, so what we discussed the same thing here it is written. You just I will suggest that you have to write in whatever I written in your note. Okay, a wave which travels in a uniform in a medium continuously in the same direction without change in its amplitude is called progressive wave. Here amplitude is not changed, amplitude is same, amplitude is same wherever you have to measure, the amplitude is same. This one amplitude is same, amplitude is not decreasing. So if it is so, then it will be called as so called progressive wave. Let a simple harmonic wave travels from origin O along positive x-axis direction in continuous homogeneous medium. And here we have been considered that this medium is a homogeneous medium, and a harmonic wave means due to harmonic motion, simple harmonic motion of this particle, a harmonic wave travels along positive x-axis direction which is shown in the figure. As wave precedes, each successive particle of medium is set in simple harmonic motion. That means when the wave is precedes or start to continue towards a positive x-axis, then the particles, successive particles means this particle, then after this particle, then after this particle, that means successive means then after particles, nearby particles is going to be a simple harmonic motion. This figure shows the displacement y of particles against their position x at a particular instant. So if we are going to be consider uh, this situation, suppose at a particular instant, then the different particles, see this particle which is at a distance this much, having the displacement is this much along y axis. If we are going to consider this particle p, mistakenly here I written p particle will be here, which is at here, this particle's displacement is this one, this much along y axis. Okay, so at a particular instant, from the origin at a particular distance, from the origin at a particular distance, the displacement of the particle along y axis is different. Okay, so it is written that the figure shows the displacement y of particles against their positions x at a particular instant. Okay, now let the time counted from the instant when the particle O just passes through its mean position in positive direction. That means suppose we count the time when the O means the particle O, or the particle which is at O, this one exactly, which is at O, just passes through its mean position, in positive direction, this one. From here, suppose time starts here, just when it is moving towards the positive y axis direction, exactly at that time we starts the time. Okay, then the displacement of this particle O at any instant time is given by y equal to a sin omega t. How it will be, that we have been discussed in our first class, when the particle is going to be revolve on the circumference of a circle, then its projection is going to be oscillate, due to which a wave like feature is going to be travel along positive x-axis direction, that we already discussed. At that time we found y, the instantaneous displacement along y-axis will be a, which is the amplitude, sine omega is your angular frequency, or sometimes it will be called as the angular velocity. See, if this particle, if I am going to consider this particle is moving like this up and down, then I am going to consider it will be angular frequency. If this particle is moving on the circumference of a circle, then at that time we have been considered that omega will be the so-called angular velocity. Okay, so let us find the displacement of particle at point P. Particle P means this red particle P at a distance x from origin at any instant. Now we are going to find out what will be the displacement of P particle at a particular instant. Okay, so how we are going to find out? See, a particle on positive x-axis receives a disturbance at a definite time later than preceding the particle O. That means, what is the line told? This line, that means a particle on the positive x-axis, except this one, you just leave the particle which is at O, or the O particle you just leave. Then after whatever the preceding particles are there on the x-axis, those particles are going to be receive a disturbance at definite time later, after a some time, means after a definite time than preceding of particle O. That means this, suppose the particle, second particle is going to be starts to oscillate after a time that O particle starts oscillate. That means this first particle oscillate initially first, then other particles are going to be oscillate after some time. Suppose we are going to consider this particle and this red particle. So suppose the O particle starts at exactly at your 10 am. Okay, after 2 seconds this particle starts oscillate. Then this particle is going to be start oscillates after 4 seconds, and this red particle starts to oscillate after 6 seconds. That means all the particles which are on the x-axis, they are going to oscillate, but with a time lag. After sometimes the particle which is at O oscillates. So first O particle will be oscillate, then other particles starts to oscillate. Okay. Therefore, phase lag of particles on x-axis with respect to O goes on increase. So if we are going to consider this O particle and this particle, whatever the phase is going to be lag, if we are going to consider this particle corresponds to particle O, the phase will be more, phase difference will be more. And if you are going to consider this particle with respect to O particle, again phase is going to be increase. Okay, phase as distance is going to be increased, so phase we know that phi equal to pi by lambda into path difference. So as path increases, so obviously phase also is going to be increased. Okay, so therefore phase lag, that means this particle, this red particle, this red particle, this red particle are all are lagging the phase with respect to O, but this particle, this red particle lagging more phase than this, and this particle, this red particle lagging more phase than this, like that. So phase lagging increases if we are going to be consider larger to larger distance from O particle. Okay, so with respect to O goes on increase as we move more and more from O. Okay, if here I mistakenly forgot to write phi. Wait. So if phi is the phase lag or phase difference of particle P with respect to O, then particle O, then the displacement of particle P at any time t is given by y equal to a sin omega t minus phi, because if a sin omega t represents, if a sin omega t represents the displacement of the particle O at any instant, and this particle is lagging the phase phi, then the displacement of this particle at any instant, obviously it will be written as a sin omega minus omega t minus phi. Let this is your equation number 2 and this is your equation number 1. Okay, now see this P should be here. Okay, mistakenly I have been not corrected at that time, just a copy I pasted over here that figure, but you have to write this P should be here. Okay, now we found this is the equation number 2, which is the displacement of the particle P with respect to O at any instant of time, because phi is the phase lagging or phase difference, we can say, between this particle, this particle and this particle. Okay, now here we found the equation number 2 is a sin omega t minus phi. Since for distance lambda phase changes 2 pi, see if we are going to consider from this distance to this distance, this is so called wavelength. So if we are going to consider this wavelength is nothing but the angular distance is equal to 2 pi. So lambda path difference phase changes will be 2 pi. Then the change in phase difference for x will be 2 pi by lambda into x. See, for the lambda phase difference is 2 pi. For one length, for lambda distance phase changes 2 pi. For one distance it will be 2 pi by lambda. For x distance it will be 2 pi by lambda into x, which is represented as phi. Now we have to put this value. Putting this value in equation number 2, we can write this equation a sin omega t minus 2 pi by lambda into x. Let this is your equation number 3. Now if we are going to consider t is your time period of the oscillation, then omega will be equal to 2 pi by t, because in time t the oscillations covers 2 pi angle, so omega will be 2 pi by t. Now the equation number 3, if we are going to put instead of omega 2 pi by t, then equation number 3 will be y equal to a sine 2 pi by t into t minus 2 pi by lambda into x. Simple. Or it can be written as 2 pi, take common outside this bracket, it will be a sine 2 pi t by t minus x by lambda. Let this is your equation number 4. But the velocity, we know that simply velocity is nothing but displacement by time. So if we are going to consider this displacement, this much displacement, which is called the lambda, how much time it will take? It will take the time t. So velocity will be the distance or displacement by the total time. So v equal to lambda by t. So who is covers this distance? This wave covers this distance in time t. So v equal to lambda by t is nothing but the velocity with which this wave travels along positive x-axis direction. So from here 1 by t will be v by lambda. Now we have to put this value in equation number 4. So here you can see that 1 by t will be v by lambda. Hence this equation number 4 can be written as a sine 2 pi 1 by t. Instead of 1 by t we have to put v by lambda, then vt by lambda minus x by lambda is there, x by lambda. Or we can write a sine 2 pi by lambda, lambda take lambda common outside the bracket, then 2 pi by lambda vt minus x. Let this is your equation number 5. And here 2 pi by lambda is nothing but called as your propagation constant or wave number. 2 pi by lambda equal to k. It is represented as k, called as the propagation constant or wave number. Therefore equation number 5 will be y equal to a sine k vt minus x, or it can be written as a sine k vt minus kx. Since k is equal to 2 pi by lambda, 2 pi by lambda, omega equal to 2 pi by t. Now we are going to consider omega by k. If we are going to calculate omega by k, we can found it will be lambda by t. Here lambda by t, 1 by t will be nothing but your frequency, which is represented as n, only frequency. Okay, frequency which is represented as n, small n. So it will be omega by k will be n lambda, or it will be v, because lambda by t we know that it is v, so it will be v. So here we found omega by k is nothing but v. Omega equal to how much? Kv, right? Now the equation number 6, here we can put instead of kv we can put omega. Hence equation number 6 is going to be modified as y equal to a sine omega t minus kx. Let this is your equation number 7. So this equation is your generalized equation which represents the displacement of any particle which is oscillating along on the x-axis due to propagation of this wave at any instant of time, because here this y is the function of t and x. So at a particular time, at a particular distance, what is the displacement of the particle, that is going to be give that we can found from this equation 7. So this is your generalized wave equation, or it is also called as wave solution of a wave, plane progressive harmonic wave which is propagating along positive x-axis direction. Remember it. If this wave is going to be propagate along negative x-axis direction, then obviously instead of x we are going to write minus x, so it will be plus. So a sine omega t plus kx, if it will be written, then it will be represent as the wave propagating along negative x-axis direction. So here this equation represents a sine omega t minus kx. So in general you can write y equal to a sine omega t plus or minus kx. The minus sign represents, if it will be minus, then the wave is propagating along positive x-axis direction. If it will be plus, then it will be represents that the wave is propagating along negative x-axis direction. And in exponential form, this equation number 7 also can be written as a e to the I omega t minus kx. You just remember this one, and we are going to use this solution in our forthcoming classes. Okay, so this is all about our today's class. We found the solution which will be give the displacement at a particular instant at a particular distance, or a particular point or particular particle. If I am going to consider, then it has a distance from origin, and at a particular instant what will be its displacement, the equation number 7 is going to be give us. And in our next class we are going to be discuss about relation between wave velocity and particle velocity. So just before we discussed that velocity of wave is nothing but v equal to lambda by t, or 1 by t equal to v by lambda. Just to be here we discussed the v represents the velocity with which the wave is traveling along positive x-axis direction, and hence omega by k will be equal to v, or omega is equal to kv, that we are already discussed. In next class we are going to be discuss, see, the velocity has its velocity, the wave has its velocity that is represented by v, small v, but the particle which is oscillating about its mean position also it has a velocity. Let this is represented by, the particle velocity is represented by u. In next class we are going to discuss what will be the relation between u and v, or particle velocity with wave velocity. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Thank you.